Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to the third episode in my Rags to Riches series. Now again, just like to start this episode off by saying a massive thank you for all the support shown on the series previously. We've hit so many likes on each of the episodes and I can't thank you guys enough. And it honestly just does motivate me to make more of these for you guys because I see how much you like them and how much you enjoy them and would like to see more. So it really does sort of motivate me to put more out for you guys so I can put out the content that you guys enjoy watching. Now if you guys aren't aware, on the last episode we finished on a Swagman swatter worth 21 keys with the effect of green confetti, along with 1 key pure and 2 reclaimed metals, so we ended on about 22 keys-ish in value. The only issue is, from previous experience with duped hats, I know they're not always the easiest things to sell. I know a lot of people don't care about them, but there are a select few that just really dislike having duped hats, so I'll try to stray away from duped hats within this episode due to the fact that they might not be as easy to trade. Also, I was hoping to sort of branch out into higher tier effects within the next few trades. This is because they're a lot easier to trade, honestly. Like a Scorching Flames low tier hat would be much easier to trade than like a Nuts and Bolts high tier hat. So I'm going to try and sort of stray away from the lower tiers within this episode. Maybe try and pick up a few miscs, maybe try and pick up a few sort of like lower tier hats with maybe like a Purple Energy or like a Scorching or a Burning. Just something that would generally be easier to trade and it's more smiled upon in the trading community and may even get us more profit in the long run. So this episode I was kind of trying to break into that sort of mid-tier trading where you start trading with better hats with better effects as opposed to just sticking to low tiers. And that is exactly what we're going to be trying to do in this episode. I'm going to be trying to sort of branch out into hats that are generally more desirable, or maybe just effects on hats that aren't so desirable where the effects do generally sell for more and are quite popular. So for example, like a Burning Flames hard counter. The hard counter isn't an expensive hat, but the Burning Flames does make it much more plausible for a lot of traders. So that's just what we're going to be trying to do. We're going to be trying to make some nice profit by utilizing the supply and demand for certain hats. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the first trade. So after spending some time in a trade server, I found this guy that was selling his circling peace sign, a rather festive tree, for 23 keys pure or more in items. This is actually below backpack.tf price, but this is of course due to the fact that the hat was duped. I knew this would make it harder to sell, so I ended up offering him my Swagman swatter, which was 21, and my key pure, and he did end up accepting, along with some discussion of ads. He did end up adding the antlers, as I said they would go well with the sort of Christmassy themed set. Even though I feel like if I waited a bit longer I probably could have got a better offer on my Swagmans, the rather festive tree is an all class hat which makes it slightly more desirable than a green confetti Swagman swatter. Circling peace sign is actually quite a cool effect, and for the price of about 23 keys or so, I think it's quite a good deal. So I'll quickly show you what the tree looks like in game now, and I think it's a really nice hat. I think circling peace sign is a really cool effect and really overlooked by a lot of people. And there is of course the antlers, as I'm sure you guys are aware of what they look like by now. It would be really cool to see me sell my tree for full price in pure, being 26 keys, which is what they're priced at, but I did sort of devalue it a bit due to the fact it's duped, so it wouldn't surprise me if I end up selling it for a bit lower than 26. However, I still feel like there is room for profit considering I only paid 22. So hopefully I can flip this to make some nice profit, and let's go on to the next trade. So I ended up finding this person who was really interested in upgrading their sniper hat for a all class hat, and of course they had a Stormy Storm Shooter solar toppy. The price on the solar toppy is extremely vague. It's priced at like 13 to 17 keys, but it averages off to 15. The guy was initially offering to add 11 keys pure, but I ended up trying to convince him to add 12 keys and he did accept. This means we actually got above the backpack.tf price on the key of 26 keys. We ended up getting 27 in mixed. The only issue is I just think the shooter solar toppy is going to be really hard to trade, not only due to the fact it's a low tier hat with a low tier effect, but actually due to the fact that the solar toppy isn't overly desired, and also the price range is extremely vague. 13 to 17 keys means a lot of people are going to be valuing it at 13, and it's going to be quite hard to convince people to pay more. However, I still feel like the pure from this trade was really good, and it really put us in a better position than we were in previously. So let's get into the next trade. So this person I traded with next is actually in a TF2 YouTuber Discord I'm a part of, and they offered me this sort of terawatt Glengarry bonnet for 17 keys. It's actually worth a bit more on backpack.tf, it's actually priced at 20 keys, but they really wanted to get it out their backpack to get closer to their goal of building a dream soldier set. I know I could capitalise on this due to the fact that not only would they want to be downgrading, but they'd also be wanting pure as well. So I offered them my solar toppy, which was 15 keys, along with 2 keys pure, and they accepted. The Glengarry bonnet is actually duped, which means it's probably going to be a lot harder to trade, but I feel like the 3 keys value in backpack.tf price more in comparison to what I paid should sort of make up for that, hopefully. So after spending a while advertising in trade servers, finding people on backpack.tf classifieds and Outpost, I literally just couldn't find anyone that was interested in a duped 3rd gen demo hat. So I ended up going into a trade server and just sitting there sort of advertising every so often, and I came across this person selling a circling peace sign samurai. It's priced at 24 keys, however I wasn't prepared to overpay due to the fact his samurai was also duped, and he wasn't okay overpaying due to the same thing. One thing that's worth noting is the samurai is a considerably higher tier hat, and generally more desirable through demo man players than the Glengarry bonnet. It's normally quite more expensive as well, especially once you get into higher tier effects. Circling peace sign is definitely a lot more desirable than terawatt, so it's only logical that I do pay a suitable amount, and that's what I did. As you can see, I traded my Glengarry bonnet, which was priced at 20, along with 4 keys for this 24 key hat. So I broke even, I didn't really make profit off of this trade. However, I feel like this samurai is going to be a bit easier to trade due to the fact the hat is high in demand through demo man players, and I've also got pure still if I need to upgrade. And now that I actually put it on the demo man, honestly it doesn't look too bad, especially with the right miscs. I feel like this is a really cool hat. So let's just go straight into the next trade. For a Stormy Storm bombing run, a Orbiting Planets Coup Disaster and 1 key pure. I am overpaying by a key, but we need to keep in mind that the samurai is duped and these hats are both clean. Also the key pure is added, which gives me another key pure which can be traded and used in the series, and a lot of people will generally discount items for pure, so hopefully it wasn't too risky. I know a lot of people are sort of looking to downgrade their hats as opposed to upgrade further, so hopefully that will come in handy with the 2 lower tier unusuals. They're priced at 12 keys and 10 keys. Initially when I actually made this trade I thought the Coup Disaster was 11 keys and I was getting a fair trade, so that's kind of a mistake on my side, but I can't really blame anyone but myself for that, for actually just believing the owner that told me it was 11 keys and ending up trading with him without doing proper research first. So that's just a quick sort of reminder for you guys. Always be careful because what the owner of the hat might be saying could be a lie, and you should always check for yourself, otherwise you could end up like me and end up making trades thinking they're going to be profitable when in reality you're actually losing value. So I just came across this guy in a trade server. I believe I actually had him added on my friends list before, but he has this Stormy Storm Party Phantom. I was advertising initially in the trade server that I was looking to upgrade 2 small unusuals and had pure keys that could be added. This person traded me and told me that they had this Stormy Storm Party Phantom worth 25 keys. I checked and the Party Phantom was clean, so I didn't really have too much of an issue with paying full price in mix. Although overall I lost value due to me misvaluing the Coup Disaster by a key, we're still on 29 keys. I believe the Party Phantom will be so much easier to trade due to the fact it's an unusual misc, and they're a lot more desired than hats normally due to the fact you can combo them with other unusuals. I'll show it here. I actually am able to combo it with my virtual viewfinder and my bomber, and although the effects don't really look too good together, the point is that you can combo them with anything. Stormy Storm isn't too bad of an effect and will combo well with most effects, so I believe this won't be too hard to trade, and unusual miscs generally do trade well. So guys, I think that is a suitable place to finish episode 3. We have about 29 keys in value, so we've made around sort of 8 to 9 keys profit depending on what you value certain items at that we started at and what you think I'm going to sort of be able to sell the Pure 4 and the Phantom. Honestly, I think we're in a really good position right now because we've got an unusual misc which obviously are desired by most unusual traders because of the fact you can combo them, and it's also clean, which means it's got that going for it as well, another really sort of desirable quality to have for an unusual. And we've got the pure keys as well, and everyone loves pure in trading because you can essentially buy anything with Pure, so hopefully we can use those features to our advantage and pick us up some really nice hats in the next episode. Again guys, I'd just like to thank you all so much for all the support you've been showing me on this series, because it just motivates me so much to make more. I didn't make these trades all in the space of the same day due to the fact that more expensive unusuals are generally quite hard to trade, so this was done over the course of maybe 2 to 3 days, maybe a bit more, but regardless I did still try to bang out this episode fairly quick. So again guys, if you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like and let me know what you thought down in the comments section below. It honestly means so much to me that you guys are loving this series, and I love making them because I know you guys are going to appreciate them. So again guys, thank you all for watching. Leave a comment of letting me know what you thought, and that's just about it. Thanks again for watching guys, and peace.